The Team Corally Kronos, one of the most controversial RC cars in recent times, and that is because everyone out there thinks it's unbreakable. Now this truck has caused such a fuss in recent times because it is sold as an extreme bash roller. Now what this essentially means is it's a lot stronger than the original truck, it's got a lot of upgrades and it can take a lot more abuse. Now that doesn't mean it's bomb proof and it's certainly not indestructible. If you was to take this to a skate park, I can guarantee you're going to break it. And that's just like any RC car, and like I said, I have done a lot of skate park durability tests and every single time I have come home with a broken truck. Recently I asked you guys a question: do we leave all the skate park stuff alone or do we continue doing it here on the channel? Now a lot of you, I think it was about 62% of you, said no more skate park videos. I think 313 people voted, which is quite a few. That's more than I expected. 62% said no more skate park videos. That is quite a large amount of people who voted against more skate park videos on the channel, and way more than I expected. As you would expect, people had many different views on this topic and lots of good points were made. I think there's so much more to RC than just sending a truck 40 foot into the air just to be destroyed as soon as it hits the concrete ground. I do get why people watch these videos because they are a good way to see how much abuse an RC car will take, but I think there are so many factors involved, you know, when it comes to deciding whether or not an RC car is actually any good, and I really don't think skate parks are the best way to make that decision. I think for the time being I will be giving the skate park stuff a miss, as I do want to do things a little bit different on my channel. I want to see beyond the skate park stuff. I want to actually enjoy an RC car the way it's meant to be enjoyed. I now have access to some really good locations which are ideal for testing RC cars out to their full potential, including BMX tracks with some amazing jumps. So don't worry, you will be seeing some action-packed RC videos here on the channel. But if you think you'll miss the skate park stuff too much, then feel free to check out Kev's videos. As we all know, he loves a good skate park. So back to the Kronos then. Now I managed to break this thing within 5 minutes the last time I took this out to the track. Now that was extremely disappointing, and the fact that I've been fighting for Team Corally, saying look, this thing is a good truck, people are being very unfair to it just because it doesn't survive a 40-foot bad landing jump at a skate park. People need to start being a little bit fairer to this truck. When that happened, I have to say, I was starting to agree with them a little bit. Now I've had this truck out a handful of times since that video, and I have to say it is starting to impress me more and more. Performance wise, I think the electronic setup that I've got in there is good enough, but I think it may benefit from a Max 6 because it is a big heavy truck. But overall, not a bad selection of electronics that I'm running on this, and it certainly feels enough for me. Now there is more to an RC car than overall durability, and this is where the whole skate park debate comes in, because taking a car to the skate park and absolutely destroying it doesn't prove whether or not it's actually a good truck. You need to consider various things such as handling, speed, overall feel, and so far this thing is definitely starting to impress. So we have come to one of my favourite locations today. I absolutely love coming here. There's some really good jumps. We're going to have some fun with the Kronos today, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the truck because, like I said, it is definitely starting to impress me. So I have got 4S in there at the moment. Sounds really good, this truck. Straight into the tree. So 6S isn't really needed to have fun with this truck. Even on 4S it feels like more than enough. Such a beast, this thing. Such a beast. I love it. I really love it. Yeah, it's definitely starting to impress me a lot more than it did when I tested it out the first time. So every time I take this truck out, I start enjoying it more and more. Now, like I said, it's not all about skate park videos. It's not all about absolutely destroying an RC car. Sometimes you need to appreciate overall performance. And I can certainly appreciate how this thing is performing. Now, the majority of people aren't going to be doing skate park stuff anyway. This is the sort of location, you know, 90% of people are going to bring an RC car to. I know some people really like the skate park videos because it's a good way to see how long a truck will hold up. But I've been saying it for months now, I really don't think it's the best way to prove whether or not a truck is good. Just at a skate park. There are so many factors to consider. Now, I know I'm being a little bit controversial here, and I don't expect everyone to support me on this. But I think the sensible people out there know skate park videos aren't the best thing to do, and they're certainly not the best way to determine whether or not an RC car is actually good. So I know the Kronos has had a rough time since its release. A few channels absolutely pulled this thing apart and said it's no good, it's not durable, it's certainly not as durable as they make out. Well, look, day-to-day running, you're not going to have any issues with it. I certainly haven't the past couple of weeks that I've been running it. I haven't been doing skate park stuff. I've been coming down here, I've been taking it to my local tracks, and it's been performing on point every single time. And it is slowly starting to become one of my favourite RC trucks so far. It's crazy to think it's on 4S. It's crazy on 4S. Yes. What a beast. And this is the perfect location for it. Oh. So there we go then, another really good run with the Team Corally Kronos XTR, and what an amazing truck. It handles like a dream, and even on 4S it feels really nice to drive. It certainly handles jumps very well. Now, I did test it out on 6S last time at the BMX track, and that made the truck an entirely different beast, but I actually prefer running it on 4S. If you missed the 6S test, then be sure to check out the first review video that I did, where I also cover the spec of the Kronos and the upgrades that have been made compared to the original truck. Don't listen to the haters out there. This truck is a great machine, and I think it's the perfect everyday basher. It's certainly becoming one of my favourite 1/8 scale bashers, and apart from the slight issue I had with those terribly weak shock standoffs, it has performed great every single time I have taken it out since. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the Team Corally Kronos XTR back out again for another run, and if you enjoyed today's video, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you've got notifications turned on so that you don't miss whenever I post a new video. But we're going to leave it there. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon on the next one. Take care.